there, Rhonda here with Rhonda's 2 Cents Worth. Welcome to the channel. Today is Tuesday, August the 19th, 6 p.m., Glenwood City Council Meeting.
Jesus, thank you for your kindness to us and our community. Please help us live, do right, and do your business tonight. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Pristine. Here. Johnny Cox. Here.
Here. Okay, approval of July 17th minutes.
Make a motion to approve the July 17th, 2025 council meeting.
Second? Roll call.
Alan Moore. Yes. Johnny Cox. Yes.
All right, July 2025 financials. Jason, would you run all those?
Run through these real quick. First sheet is your balance sheet for the general fund. There's about a $70,000 increase, which is accounted for between the cash general fund and the CD general fund. CD, the main difference there. P&L statement comparing this past July to July 24. We were a little under in gross total income, dropped from 65,000 to 60,000, and net income was almost $18,000 loss this July versus 23,000 profit in 24.
The big difference there though is the Lofty pension check come
Yes.
out, the 25,000 come out already and it didn't come out till later in the year.
Correct.
So it's not, we're not running out of balance, it's just the Lofty checks hit earlier.
That's the main difference there. Compared to budget are the next 2 pages or 3 pages. Looks like we're running a little bit under in total income. We're at 46%, so where we, the yearly budget, which we should be more like 56-57% through July. But that's the $99,000 in the park grant is not clear yet. Moving some money around in the bookkeeping area, just the way the different funds pay for stuff. The library donations, which generally comes in the fall, winter.
December usually we turn it over to him, he makes one check a year.
Anything stand out to you?
Nothing major.
Make a motion to approve them.
Good.
Next is sanitation fund balance sheet. Again, not much difference there, 50,000, and it's just in the cash. You notice the cash is kind of flip-flop. We've got more in CD now than we had, and less in money market as the way it was last year, making nearly 5% versus 2% on that 400,000. P&L June to June, again, a little more net income this year. We have more total income, more expenses too.
Biggest part of that income actually is coming in from difference in CDs.
Yeah. Compared to budget, next page, far as net income goes, we're a little behind where we should be. As far as total income goes, we're pretty well right on. Wages are a little high. That's the only one that looks a little out of whack there. I think that's because we may be paying.
I will take care of that. Brenda will take care of that in the next paycheck. We're running a little over in wages and, in that department, we'll move them to the street. Because we're running under the streets. We have to move those personnel around, what budgets are paid out of. So we'll adjust that. That'll start straightening up at the next meeting.
Street fund balance sheet, next page. We got more cash. Again, all the assets are cash in these funds. Got $1.7 million versus almost $1.5 million last year.
And that's gonna be badly offset when we start the sidewalk project, because we put money, we didn't spend all the money last year because we were having a sidewalk project coming up, and that should hopefully get out for bid pretty quick, and that money that was left over from last year's money, that's in this, last year's budget, and this year's budget, will go on the sidewalk project as it gets started.
Street fund, P&L, July to July, 29,000 net income versus 39 last year. Total income just $3,000 less. Total expenses are about 6,000 more. Just some repairs would be the line item there that's the main difference. And then,
We had a truck, if y'all remember, out there, diesel, that they didn't have the fuel line, or the fuel line hooked up on good, they had to go and shop, and have heads rebuilt. That new diesel, that's where that is at, that sticks in that. And that hose has been fixed. That's a mistake on our crew department.
Budget to actual on the next page. Total income, pretty far behind, but again, that's $900,000 in grants that are not in yet, the main difference there. But you also have those company expenses at the bottom, the engineering fees, sidewalk projects, street resurfacing, all those expenses that have not gone out yet. Equipment purchases, that's, one of the trucks.
Yes. And that 900,000 will come in. Brenda, that trail's behind as you do, when the project starts, that money comes in by what percentage of it? You get 80% of the job coming back in on that as the project comes in. When we get under construction, you'll see that money start to come back in as the project is done. Yeah, and we run behind on that, but then they'll reimburse you. The full 900, that'll be reimbursed as the project goes. Okay?
Water and sewer balance sheet, this July compared to last July, again, have about $1.8 million more in assets than we had in 24 this time. Most of that is cash.
Right now, the water and sewer department looks like it's making a lot of money because when we refinance the notes, with the money sitting there to do the 2 new projects that hadn't started, but the income is there. So you're gonna, it'll be about a 3-year period, or 4-year period there where you've got income coming in that the payments won't be going out until the project's, what is it, 1 year after the project's complete before we have a first payment. So when we restructured the notes, the income is set for the project. So we're looking like a windfall right now, but that's, you will have about a 4-year windfall in there. But but that will start leveling out when the projects are done.
P&L, July to July comparison again. Had more income this year than last in July. Net income was higher. Again, sales tax, the main difference there. North Pike County water sales is quite a bit too.
They had a 2 million gallon leak last month. Almost 3 million, wasn't it? Almost 3 million gallons.
We didn't have as much maintenance costs this July as we did last July. That's the main difference on expenses. Go to the next page, budget versus actual. And again, this is gonna be skewed because of all the money that's not here yet. The water plant loan, sewer main loan, you know, that's $8 million.
Yep.
Kind of skews things a little bit.
Big
Kind of
time.
numbers. So you can't just look at the percent of budget and say that, you know, it is what it is. The bridge sewer relocation, which we got the income for last year, made the expense this year, so that kind of skews stuff too. That's $228,000.
That's actually, we're $228,000 better off because the city had, y'all done that project and then we got reimbursed for it. Money, like I said, but that actually puts it, not better, but the $228,000 we were gonna have to pay out over the years, we got it back, so. Your $228,000 financially better there than we thought we were gonna be.
Jason, I brought these bills in on the chemicals that they discussed last month, and I had the guys look over Adjourn and Adjourn, and they're correct, the bills are correct. But what Brad said was, y'all under budgeted his chemicals. I thought we did.
He's using chemicals where we weren't.
But,
I'll leave it there. They need to be being used.
you have to amend or wait till the end of the year and all that.
All right, any other questions? The water project, I'll go over those in a minute, though, I've got that on the line, item talking about water and sewer project, sidewalk project, so you can see how those are gonna go in the budget, where we're gonna be on those, we'll go over those in a minute. Do I have a motion to accept, balance sheet July?
Alan already made.
Alan made it. All second?
All second.
Roll call.
Alan?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Jimmy?
Yes.
Johnny?
All right, next on the
Hey,
list.
one other thing I was gonna ask you though, that didn't stick in my head, on that, you said $99,000 park grant, wasn't that 80/20 or something? Ain't it?
That was last year, that, we won't get one this year, we had it in the budget, but you didn't get it, so you're not gonna expense it, other than what's already expensed.
We're only actually getting 80,000 back, right?
We've got that money already,
Last year.
last year,
Right.
so we paid it out.
But it was
this year.
80/20 grant.
That's gonna be, it's gonna make your budget look screwy again this year, because we got income last year, and we didn't pay the bill on it till this year, so it's gonna, that's one of your $80,000 off there, because you got your income in last year, and it's not.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, do we do a roll call on that? All right, Jason is next on some CDs that are maturing.
We've got 5 CDs maturing this month. I'll just go through real quick. One's almost 124,000, one's almost 30,000, one's almost 41,000, 108,000, and 113,000. These are all currently Diamond Bank. I sent out a request for bids this afternoon to each of the banks in town, Farmers, First State, Diamond, and Southern. And nobody's answered
Could I have a motion from the council that when Jason gets the rates, he has the authority to go ahead and do where we need to do the CDs?
I'd like to see them.
You gonna miss a month's interest?
I'm gonna say the rates are fixing to dive, I'm just guessing here, but the quicker we get them locked in, the better off we're gonna be, that's just my thoughts.
I will call, I can get him to call you if you want to.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like-
Well, I mean, I understand you won't see him, but we'll call all of you with the rates before he makes the move and run it by you.
I'm fine with that.
But he'll have the rates in a day or two, and they don't need to wait a month, or you're gonna miss a month's interest. So, if you wouldn't mind entertaining a motion to do that, and Jason will call you and tell you, and y'all can tell him where we need to go with them, whatever bank's got the best interest rate. I don't know that tonight, but we don't need to wait a month on the interest. Or y'all, would somebody entertain a motion that way?
I'll entertain that motion.
Yeah, I'll
As
second
long as
it.
he orders them, I don't care.
That's not a problem, you know. Have a motion and a second, roll call.
Al?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Kenny?
Yes.
Johnny?
All right. Next thing on the agenda. Our mini X that the city has, we took to the shop the other day to have it worked on. And if you look at United Turf and Ag, you got in your packet there, and then you look at Southall. The machine was taken to Southall because he's here in town. It's a John Deere machine, so he had to get the parts from, John Deere. The cost to get the machine repaired is $10,124.67. I asked him to hold up till I could talk to you guys tonight, and don't make up your mind. The second thing you have in your packet is the bid from Kubota here in Glenwood and Glenwood Equipment here in Glenwood. These machines are almost identical. Both, you're getting two buckets with both of them. The difference in the machines are the Bobcat has extended boom, which lets you go a foot deeper. It's got the diverter valve at the end of the bucket, so if you ever want to run something on the end of the bucket besides just a bucket, if you need an attachment that needs hydraulic. And then it's got a four-way blade instead of a two-way blade. That's the difference in the two machines. And Glenwood Equipment is $60,833.54. Kubota's $60,315.16, but you got about $3,000 worth more parts on your, they can't quote exact. They're quoting, that's as close to exact as they get a quote. You're gonna have $3,000 worth of extras on the Bobcat that's not on the Kubota. Kubota wouldn't give me a price. They looked at the machine, they wouldn't give me a price on trade-in. Southall's offers you $20,000 trade-in on that old machine. So you get $20,000 on the old one, you got $10,000 worth of parts. Y'all tell me if you want me to go get the old machine fixed or what you wanna do.
How old is the machine?
It's about somewhere between 8 and 10 years.
It's got 26, I just got off of it a while ago.
It's got 2,600 on it.
54 hours on that thing, and it's rough.
Well, they're gonna give you 20?
James is gonna give you 20 on trade-in.
Let it go. Go.
If y'all, I didn't know whether you want to get it fixed or whether I bought you this. And I personally would rather not go out of Glenwood on a bid, since I've got two dealers in town I can take and get it worked on. I'd rather have it.
But Kubota wouldn't give you a,
I asked him yesterday to be, I told him, I got a council meeting tonight. I went to both of them and talked to them both the same day. They both gave me the quotes back. But Kubota has not gave me a price on what they would give you off on the machine, for a trade-in. I asked, and they have not got with us.
I got you.
He said, well, the bosses haven't got back with me. I said, well, I need it by Tuesday night. Nobody got back with me.
So our trade difference with Southall is gonna be what?
Is Southall could trade in be $40,833.
Trade-in.
That's with the trade-in.
40,000.
I got you.
Your machine cost, Southall, but he's got about $3,000 worth more parts, stuff on his machine than the other. Your $60,000 $833.54 against $60,315.16. But then you got $3,000 worth more stuff on the Bobcat than
Did
you do
you
on.
ask, do they have that same machine in a -6 on the angle blade? I know
Kubota does not on that machine, it's not available.
The
on that
Southall
machine.
have it.
Southall only has a
And
four-wheel
what I mean by
blade.
that is like, you don't just do this, it does this,
That's not available.
not available.
On either, on the Kubota, they can't even do right and left, they can just do up and down, that's the only thing that machine comes out with. On the Bobcat, it's got up, down, right, left, but not an angle.
Okay.
You can't put it on.
So Kubota quoted you extended warranty, but.
If you want it, that's
Southall-
extra.
Southall didn't.
Southall said if you want extended warranty at the end of 2 years, just before the end of it, he can put it on it. James said if you, with this equipment not having depth on it, he said, he said, if you want it, he said, run it before you get to the end of 2 years. He said, I'll say it extended warranty. He said, I don't suggest you buy one. He said, if you're gonna have trouble with this machine, it's gonna show up first this month. That if you want extended warranty, we can buy extended warranty.
Well, we're still covered for 2 years.
2 years.
I'm with James.
With the option of.
If you
still
want
buying.
extended warranty, you can buy it up until the end of 2, you gotta have it purchased before the end of 2 years. And you can add it on, or you can, Kubota, you can add it on. Kubota just put the price in, James said, he said,
Does the Bobcat have the quick attachment one?
yes. And the Bobcat has a longer boom,
It's not this.
it's in there somewhere, it's what it's called. Hydro clamp, I think is what he's calling it in there. It's got the quick, both of them got the quick, both of them got the 12 and 18 inch bucket. I think I've got, when you get over to the page with specs, I think I've got a line on both of them. There's a spec sheet on both of them.
Looks to me like James is giving every penny what that thing's worth. That's just my thoughts.
He started talking to me, he said, I don't think I can give you over 15, when he gave me the bid, it had 20 on it.
Billy, have y'all got some sort of an operator program that, where you can train these people on these things that?
I've got good operators, this machine has got a lot of slack in it.
Well, it was bought and used.
It was bought, the machine was bought used with, how many hours y'all have on it? I don't remember, I wasn't here.
It's a 2012.
It was, I wasn't here when they, it's 2015, what is it?
Well,
Seems like,
It says right here in the
you've
2012.
done something to that machine, I can't
Oh,
remember.
2012, okay.
Hey, I know what we do, let's sell.
Yeah, look on the trade-in, 2012 John Deere, model
Yeah.
35
I
D.
mean, it was already a used machine, so I mean,
Yeah, that's,
just whenever they bought it, it's.
2,500 hours on a machine like that's gonna have heavy maintenance on it.
let's sell Southall
I've got a
machine and buy a
nineteen
new
sixty-four
Kubota.
tractor that's still running.
To me.
This machine still runs fine, Rick.
You know.
As far as the engine and all that, it's running fine. When you quit putting the hydraulics on to go left, and you're down against the water main, it needs to quit going left. It don't need to have the slop to go another 6 inches after you get off the lever. The machine, as far as running, is, they know their own machine running. Air conditioner even works in it fine. The machine runs fine. We can run the machine like this, it's just, you've got a lot of slop in the swing on the bucket, that's what that's the
That ought to be
$10,000.
tightened up.
$10,000, yes, sir. That's what I gave him here, that's an option I got.
Okay, yeah. I didn't get one of them.
Yeah, that's $10,124.67 to fix it, and then you got a machine 2,500 hours.
I looked at the undercarriage on it, and basically, sprockets is really what's wore out on the back, but it's one of them deals, I mean, we're gonna be 40,000 with a brand new machine sitting there, difference really,
If you
roughly.
take $10,000, length goes down.
That's what I'm saying, it's
$30,000.
$30,000.
Which one has the four-wheel blade?
The Southall, the Bobcat has 4-way blade on it. Up and down, right and left, none of them have the 6-way. The Kubota, you can't get anything but up and down, and the Bobcat, he put the 4-way blade on.
Bobcat's got a better name.
They're both good machines.
No, I'm just saying, you know.
I mean, I can't believe he's gonna offer you $20,000.
The thing about it is that we've got two other Bobcat machines, this will be three. All the hydraulic fluids are the same on them, the filter's gonna be different, but if you stay with that, you've got three machines that are, you got three, the skid steer and the bigger excavator, and this are all
Does the Bobcat have a thumb kit?
certain.
Do you have a thumb on it?
Yes, both of them have the thumb on it. They put both of them put hydraulic, the
Yeah,
finger
that's
on
a
it.
thumb.
That's on both of them.
Long arm with a hydraulic clamp.
The long arm is a big difference in the Bobcat, because that gives you about a foot more digging depth. Other than the four-way blade and
I'm gonna say, I think they're both equivalent, I'm gonna say, I make a motion, we try to see if we can get what he's gonna offer, at least give him a shot to give the offer, and then go with the best one, get most rated. That's my motion. Cause you sit here and compare specs, and you can't, that one's the, Bobcat's got a little more features, yes, but they come back and say, we're gonna give you 25, I mean, I don't know, I'd like to see what he can offer. It's just my opinion.
I don't disagree with you asking Harry that, because Tony was counseling this man. They both had it the same amount of time. But whatever y'all vote will. Of course, the bad thing about this is you've already talked about, nobody knows what these bids are, and you talked about bids here tonight.
Are they a rubber track or metal?
Rubber.
Which rubber track?
Yo, did you put that more in motion?
I did, no one thinks that that. Yeah. Yeah,
Go to whichever one has the best net cost. That's what you're saying.
that was what I was saying, yeah.
I like Jimmy's motion, but honestly, after looking at that machine, I think Southall hit us, thinking a good deal. And
The only thing I don't like about you talked about bids in the public. And it gives an unfair advantage to voters to come back in the price suggestion. That James already got his number in there. You know what his trade-in is. To me, that gets not fair. Both knew tonight was open to bid overnight.
No one seconded it, what did that? I mean,
Couldn't they both
bill.
have opportunity to up their bid, if that's the way it
Well,
went? Or is that
That's not
crazy,
what
or
I
is
do.
that
I
getting
be quite
crazy?
truthful with people. I go out and get a bid, and if I don't show the bid, and if you give me a bid, if you wanna do better, you should've done better.
The vote up right here, the date of the bid was 8/8 at 7:30 in the morning, and South Hall was 8:15. So, the vote
They had
more than-
time.
here's the difference in Kubota and Kubota is more of a luxury machine, sort of, not down Bobcat by no stretch of great machines. But Kubota's got more buttons and crap to push and control boards and everything else. And Bobcat's gonna be easier to different guys just jumping off and on. For example, every time you raise a handle, safety car on a Kubota, you gotta match through your auxiliary buttons and your other stuff, and they derate pretty easy. But
This will have to pay for, this is not in the budget, this would pay for, again, out of your maintenance in your budget, your water and sewer, maintenance budget that we don't have a note payment on this year. The $259,000 or $55,000 I put in the budget for note payments, that you were gonna pay the paving and the sewer plant with out of that money. And that, we voted on that last month to pay the, 19,000 and the 19,950 and the 39,000 for paving at the sewer plant out of that money. And this would come out of that money also, because that is not in the budget. I didn't know we had a problem this year. But you have money in the budget, it's just the line you're gonna have to take it out of is different. We discussed that at the beginning, we might get some stuff caught up. So if y'all do that, that will come out of one of those two lines in the budget, not out of the equipment in the water and sewer budget. It'll go into the, that's where it'll end up at, but it'll come out of different lines in your budget. Got a motion of some kind?
How many hours is on that?
Huh?
20, almost 2,600.
2654, which generally, Johnny, they don't start showing slack in the rotator or anything till, 4 or 5 thousand hours anyway.
You saying the undercarriage is, I haven't looked at the undercarriage.
I'm just saying that you can throw some sprockets on it and run it probably for quite a while, but the deal is right now it's worth theoretically 30,000, but if something goes wrong with it, you got your $10,000 machine sitting there. So it's worth 20 and 10, right? So it's 30 swing. I don't know. I mean, the Kubotas they're nice machines, man. I got both, but they are more complicated, a little bit more complicated, and a little more, not anyway.
We don't have a Kubota, we've got a John Deere, we got a the other brand that we're looking at, Bobcat, which operator back there, which, I don't know, Robert, which one do you like better? But I don't know what
The Bobcat, if the hookup is the same as the big one, our ditch bucket would work on that, the Bobcat. So you'd actually have 3 buckets for it. The ditch bucket we got for the big excavator,
yeah,
if the hookup is the same, you said the hydraulic connections are there, so you'd actually have a ditch bucket for it too.
you could use that ditch bucket on
Didn't
any
you
one.
say that Southall's had a hammer option on it?
That hydraulic is on there.
I know, but you got a hydraulic thumb, and then you got a hydraulic hammer option, which is 2 totally different.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, the hammer runs continuously, and a thumb works instantaneously as you need it to.
I don't have the answer to that, sir. I didn't ask that question.
Is it rigged for a hammer?
Yes,
Then it flows, it goes in and out.
this is not a high flow machine, but yes.
Right, yeah.
It's not a high flow machine, but it will handle hydraulics up there at the end of the boom with that attachment that is, with that, whatever it's called that on the front end of it. The diverter valve is, the diverter valve is where all your hydraulics hook up on the boom.
She said the 236,000 and then the pavement is how much?
Those are the payments for the new.
Yeah,
Right.
the pavement.
The payment was, we've had,
Something.
the 2 paving jobs that are gonna be paid out of that was $39,919,950. The 13,000 would have to come out of street fund.
Yeah, I know.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there an option, and I'm just throwing it out there, is there an option for special financing or anything, since you don't have the money in the budget right now?
Yeah, if you wanna put about 15,000 on Kubota back in and 5,000 on Bobcat back in.
Yeah, you gotta.
Dealer
put
incentive.
about-
Those
Dealer
numbers,
incentive?
those numbers are netted out for the cities. If you look in the budget, Southall's discount in lieu of financing rebate, $4,500, and if you look at, the Kubota, Kubota's taking $16,532 over what an individual can take out for cash for a city, because city gets
The state workers on it.
Yeah, this is state bid. They take, it's a $75,000 machine, they took $16,523.76. So if you go look at financing,
Yeah.
you put those numbers back in, you don't wanna do that.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, thank you. You could do that if you want to do that.
No, personally, I'm gonna make a motion, you go with Southall, and let's go ahead, he gonna give you $20,000 for that machine. Go for it.
I agree with Chris, I'll second that.
Roll call.
Alan?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Johnny? Yes. Jimmy?
No.
Okay. On the sidewalk project, this is Mountain View. Those plans, the state sent me a letter the other day, won't know why I'm not filling out daily op sheets on it, worksheets on it. I asked the engineer if I could answer that, and he told me I couldn't. Those plans are sitting at Little Rock at the highway department, and the engineer has done 2 sets of question and answers back on it. Those should be coming out. We shouldn't be doing daily worksheets on it because the job's not even out of the highway department's office, but anyway. We have completed the second phase of answers on their questions. Hopefully that is it, and that job will be ready to go. The water project is final. As far as the engineer is concerned, they've got their specs and all together. It has not gone to the health department yet. So that project is probably a year away from starting still, because it's gotta get through the health department. But as far as an engineer, we finally have that finished. The sewer project, we're through with round 6 of questions. Back and forth with the health department on that. Last one being something we cannot do. They're wanting every water line in the system that's gonna be crossed with this sewer line, the depth of it put in against the depth of the sewer line. It is an impossible task to do. We don't even know where they are, all of them. So that was that's our last discussion with them on where we are on the sewer project. They have requested something that is not doable. I mean, how do we're gonna go out there and dig up wherever sewer line's gonna go, the water line, see how deep it is before we bid a contract? But that's where we are on those 3 projects, that's the 3 big dollar projects that's in your budgets. That's almost that's $9 million almost. That projects we've got open out there. The UV light that we did on the LMI income project that we got kicked back on, I will sign the sheets on that. We've already done the resolutions on that. Karen will put that back in October, if y'all are okay with that. We don't have to do anything else. Y'all did a resolution on doing that project already. She can use that same paperwork. We just got turned around on that round of funding. We'll reapply for it again. That'll be 100% grant, hopefully, when that comes through. Unless y'all have any questions on that. Are y'all okay with me just signing the sheet on that? We've already approved it. This is just going for a second round of funding. We missed the other round of funding. They do 2 funding cycles a year. And all she said we've gotta do is just me sign the paperwork. She'll send it back in on what we did earlier on in the year, if y'all are cool with that. Are y'all okay on the 4 projects we got going? Okay.
Yes.
The next thing, this letter that we have to publish in the paper, we need everybody to understand, the city of Glenwood does not have any lead in our system. The state requires this letter to go out for the household. If you think you got a lead problem in your house, we have to send this letter out again this year. Every city in the state has to do this. Our lead's been cleared in our line. We're clear up to the end of our main. We don't have any lead in our system. I don't know what you've got in your individual house. So this letter that we have to publish, and Miranda got prices, and we got to send it to all the water companies, just like we did last year. We're going to do the same thing again this year. But this has not got anything to do with the city municipal water system having lead in it. This is for individuals' houses. If you haven't cleared and had your water tested, they're saying you may want to get your water tested. Because the water, once it leaves, goes through your meter. If you've got lead in your house, you can have lead in your house, but it's not coming from the city. But this letter is going out to everybody. Again, I need everybody to understand, City of Glenwood does not have any lead in our problem. We got our test results on all those, and actually, we pull those samples from inside different houses every year, that those samples are pulled from, that the city gets rated on. What Chris, your house was done 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, you have zones
And
in the
they'll
city,
pick out-
and you pull that, what is it, every
Howard will go
so
out,
many years?
Howard will go out to so many houses and zones that the health department tells him to check, and he'll actually go in the house and pull a sample. So that house we know is clear too. But those samples are pulled in so many houses in each zone. And our water, everything is clear on it. I don't think there's any lead anywhere in town, but this is a state requirement that this letter goes out. And please help everybody understand, this is not a problem unless it could be a problem in an individual house, and I don't believe it is anywhere. But that letter will go out again this year.
Well, they should already know this, Billy, because you've been doing it every year for years.
I know, we got big trouble. Everybody thought we were doing something on the city last year. I'm trying to tell you.
Sounds like the beginnings of Leadgate to me, buddy.
Okay, that letter will go out. We'll get that out on time. Turner, Roger, Manning, and Fowler does the city's water and sewer audit. And they've got to get our last year's out, because we're gonna get our state funding cut off if they don't have it finished by the end of the year. But you have a letter for them to do next year's work, and we don't have anybody else to do it. They guaranteed us they'll have it out. They come got some stuff, the final stuff last Monday. But, so that's one to approve. This is the one to approve them to do your next year's audit, the 24 audit.
Yeah.
But we need to approve the letter of commitment. If you wanna look at somebody, we may wanna look at somebody else if they don't get on the ball before, but you're gonna have to basically go with them. We don't have another accounting firm in line to do this. There's very few firms in Arkansas doing this right now. They're doing, what did he tell me? They're doing about 26 cities now. I think is what he said, that they're doing on city audits. They got a complete division set up down here that does this. Which one does our audit? Out of that company? Rogers is the one that does ours. I need to meet this Fowler guy someday. I don't know him.
He was here the first year.
Huh?
He was here the first year.
Yeah. He's not kin to me. He does have my last name. He's not kin to me. I wouldn't know if he walked in the door today.
Billy said a while ago he wasn't getting any kickbacks.
All right. What y'all's wishes on this? Y'all need to approve somebody to do the 24 water, this is the water and sewer audit. This is a lot deeper audit than the state audits on everything else. Jason, explain these difference in these audits, what the state does and what these people do.
State basically, it's not really a true audit. I mean, they go through everything, but they're not all CPAs, which means they can't actually certify a financial statement. These folks certify financial statements, which is what an audit is a certification that the financial statement is correct to the best of their knowledge. And they turn over every rock, they not only do they look at the, financials, they look at the internal controls, make sure that, we're doing everything to minimize anything messing up. And these folks, they do a lot of municipalities, so they know what they're doing and what we're doing.
This is a lot more in-depth audit than our state audit, that the state audit is on the general fund, the fire department, the law fee. What else does the state audit on?
Street sanitation.
Street sanitation, but the water and sewer has to be done by a fully certified group.
State's been doing an agreed upon procedure.
Yeah, and there's a big difference between that and actual audit. It's still in the test service. It's just, the only thing I don't like about it is they don't tell you what you're gonna charge.
Good.
But, again, I'm just sitting here reading.
What did they charge us last year, do you remember?
7,000.
7,000? It will probably be in that neighborhood.
They're gonna run 7-10, so
Uh-huh.
it'll be 7 to 10,000, 7
Yeah.
to
there's more details, this,
Are we just giving them an open checkbook, is that what you're saying?
No, they're,
I mean, there's no like, they don't give us like an estimate on kind of what it's gonna about cost us or anything?
it runs $7,000. They've been doing it, it's run $7,000 last year. The only reason, Case is saying if we go to 10, if we did the sewer project, you got another $4 million worth of paperwork.
Our fees, yeah. Our normal hourly rates,
Yeah.
but they don't tell you what their hourly rates are, nor approximately how many hours it will take. So you presume it's gonna take $7,000. And it could be, most municipal cities of this size, they're gonna cost you somewhere between 7 to 10, maybe a little more. And that's the normal cost. So I'm saying historically, these folks are charged fairly, but I can tell that in the engagement letter, these are pretty open-ended when they don't, A, give you their hourly rates, nor approximately how many hours it would take to complete the audit. Or give a maximum or a, a range of costs. That's just me. Anytime I do an engagement letter, it's gonna have my hourly fee or a minimum or maximum or a range, something. There's actually a number there as opposed to just words. But I don't know, I'm just like that.
When we have to have, they've got to get this started this month, don't they? Supposed to.
They won't start on it till August 18th.
You wanna go back?
Well, they had started.
Yeah.
And they're already a year behind on the other one, so.
yeah.
They've treated us fair so far, that's one thing, and they already have some history on us, but the flip side is the open-ended deal, that's kind of like,
How many years have they been doing this?
not very good.
This is their fourth year.
Fourth year?
It's just my opinion, but we have history and they've been fair so far, so it doesn't, I'm not freaking out about it at all. I'm comfortable with these people doing it and the fact that they'll give us a fair fee. But in the future, I would like to see a little better fee structure. Or disclosure, I guess, would be a better way to say it. And I don't do all this, so. That's a pain in the.
It says, we will discuss with you if we need if we arrive at a new fee estimate, or if the old
$7,000.
You gotta presume it'll be similar to the previous.
Yeah.
I think, well, according to that, if there's any big differences, they'll get with us.
I make a motion, we approve it on the assumption, verbal, at least verbally, from them, or something that it's gonna be in the $7,000-8,000 range, as always.
Have a motion? Have a second? Yes, we cannot get out of this. Water and sewer has to have a thorough audit. The city general that the state does is nothing like this audit.
So what's the date we're going to
We're at it. They're gonna take our state funding away if they don't have last year's finished by the end of this month. He promised, yes, he promised to have the 23 finished. It's not in our hands. He says it's finished, but with, what did he say was it?
I have my email, said, I'm turning it back in to have someone check it. And he had failed to put August in revenue. He did that, he changed that for February, and then he's back in and checked it again.
So he hasn't given us,
He got us one thing.
we haven't got last year's audit, but he wants.
Haven't got 23's audit yet. We have to get under contract for 24 audit. not an option.
No, I would agree that we have a deadline coming, but I think an option moving forward is.
If y'all wanna look around, we're gonna start looking, but there's not many companies out there that do these, I guarantee you that.
When we looked before, Foster put us, we looked everywhere. He was there. Now, that's 25 years ago. And I don't know the firm, so I've just dealt with him for 5 years.
Well, if the deadline's coming up.
Deadline's here.
We gotta make a move, I say, motion.
Motion and second?
Hey, but you will, that's with a verbal lockdown.
I'll get that done. I will talk to him on that. If there's something different than that, I'll bring it back to you. I talked to him one day last week. It's the only time I've ever talked to this guy at all. I have not been involved in it, period. I mean, it don't matter. He's coming in for paperwork, we're gonna give him paperwork. It's not even my business what he's asking for. Got a motion second. Roll call.
Al, Chris,
Yes.
Yes.
John.
And here in this letter, it says you'll start on it on August 18th, and you'll have us an answer by October 15th.
That's what he's supposed to be doing. I don't need to sign anything.
You ain't doing it.
I will talk to him about that. I can make one.
Yeah.
I know my system's making traffic.
All right. Tranquil Springs Road. That is a project that's at Salem, Arkansas, that, it's 7.79 miles from out of 70 up to 84. It's a 50-acre, 60-acre piece of land that I have developed. The water main is 1,720 foot of 3-inch. Water main is in. The valve, we paid for everything, all unless the city just take over the valve. Off the 10-inch mains tapped and in, the blow-off valve that's at the end. There's 9 taps been made on that main with meter boxes sitting there. The customer, whoever buys that lot will owe the city for a meter and a connect fee, but the taps are already made. There's 2 long side services and 7 short side. We will have it tested this week. It's all been pressured, everything's fine. I'd like to turn that over to the city. That's the way it's normally done. If y'all accept it. There's a drawing, there's a little map behind it showing it. But everything's put in at no cost to the city. There's not a dime. You got 9 customers coming in, all sales, we have 9 customers out of it, no expense to the city. The developers pay for all the costs. Any questions? 3 inches is the line size, minimum line size for a subdivision like that with 10 customers on it, you can run out. And it's an HDP pipe, it's not PVC. I'm not gonna have HDP, but we put in HDP. You just don't have the rock problem with HDP, you got the PVC.
These are where the meter boxes are set.
Yes, they're several lots on the lots. that does not have the meter in them. Whoever buys a lot will need to buy a meter from the city and have to pay the connect fee. But the taps are done because the taps are always
So we
little.
take that fee.
Right, but they still gotta pay, they gotta buy the meter,
Yes.
they gotta pay the connect fee. The meter boxes are already in.
So then we have to handle the maintenance of it somehow.
Yeah. It's on one line.
You were sitting here, and it was someone else, would that be a good
This
thing?
is the way it should be done, what you should be doing.
I mean, if we don't,
You got 9 water customers waiting to get water there. Well, you got 3 waiting to get water right now. It's got your trace wire and everything in
Go blow off too, doesn't it?
it. Blow off at the end of it. Got 2-inch blow off.
Oh, I see it, I'm sorry.
It's 1,720 feet long.
I'll do it. I'll make that motion.
I'll second
Have a motion and a second? Roll call?
can I ask one question for you, or is
Sure.
it ain't, there's not anything about this that's like in some kind of weird, crazy.
Running up the edge of the road, run all the way through there.
Right.
It's right at the edge of the road. It's on the edge of the road. It's in the right of way that's given by all the property.
There won't be no issue we have to work on.
Well, it's in the right of way.
Okay, you know what I mean? Yes.
Chris, no votes.
He's one of the people buying a lot of them.
Bought.
Bought a lot of them, yes.
Jimmy?
Yes.
John?
Okay, next thing on the list is, Semtech. This is a company that the city's doing a backhaul on the census with. We've got a 50 megabyte plan with them, and we're running about 600 megabytes a month, and they're wanting you're paying an extra fee for that. If you do it's time to renew the contract with them anyway. A 2-year contract, the 1 gig plan is gonna be $50 a month. And if you do a 3-year contract, it's gonna be $40 a month. This is the backhaul on the census. You have to have this. It's just, you're paying a penalty, we're paying $15 a month over right now. What Brenda, that bill is, I don't know how much
Usually
it was.
about $78. It's usually been running.
They charged us $104 last month because of overage. And you would go, if you do a 3-year contract, it's $40 a month, or a 2-year contract, it's $50 a month. And because we were going over, they would hit you for $104 last month.
Yeah. She said that she will leave it at the same rate if we sign the contract, but that's what I think about it.
Big question is, whether you wanna do a 24-month for 50 or a 36-month for 40.
Well, is this not gonna change? Cause it says right here that this had to be done by July 28th.
She's waiting on us to do it. She's gonna hold it. We've gotta get it done. I didn't vote on it until y'all told me what you wanna do. 36 months, I could not be mayor. So it's a contract exceeding my time as mayor. I'm not gonna do that. If I will probably run for mayor, but if I don't get mayor, this contract will go, would go 36 months, would go past me.
What do we need to do?
Just vote.
What all's on?
You're already paying this bill. The bill last month for this company is $104. If you sign a contract for 36 months, it's gonna be $40 a month. Or if you sign a contract for 2 years, it's gonna be $50 a month instead of what we paid last month. All these companies you go over, they have a 50 meg plan, and we're going over, they're always gonna tag you up if you go over. you won't go over, shouldn't go over the 1 gig plan, because we're using about,
It says that you see we were over average of $30 a month.
yeah.
What all is this running again?
Whatever.
This is the backhaul on the census stuff, the extra backhaul.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
Yeah, we've been averaging
I
about 30.
think we're doing more, I think the reason we're up more, and I can't swear to that, but I think the reason we're up more is I'm making the guys do the rural drive-by weekly,
That's right.
and so when they took the contract out of 50 beds, that was fine.
Well, you're getting.
But
more
I'm
money.
I'm making the guys go out and do a once-a-week drive-by so we can get leak detection on the rural customers. It's not a daily like it is here in town, but we're doing it once a week. And I think we're running over because we're doing the drive-by. I think that's for the overage.
Yeah.
But you take it to $50 a month if you go for 24 months, or you take $4 a month if you go, for 3 years. This was something that was changed when Billy was there. I don't remember who was doing it. When Billy T was mayor, I don't remember who was doing it before. It doesn't matter. This is fine. I don't have a problem with staying with these people. I don't know who, Chris, you know who they were with originally? I don't remember who it was. This is a different company doing this than,
I think they redid the budget, it was coming in and.
So right at the end of me being there, they were changing how everything was going because census was actually controlling everything back then.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about this. This was coming in as I was going out, so.
this is who's doing the backhaul on the extra backhaul.
I would have figured that census would have had some kind of but of course, I'm sure it would have been a pretty good price.
Oh, yeah.
This is who census said go through, right, Brandon?
Census,
So it would have been cheaper?
census quit doing that.
Okay.
This company did it, so we started using them.
To be honest with you, I don't know why you wouldn't pay the $10 less a month, just go 36 months.
That's what I'm.
But that's my motion.
I'll second.
Have a motion, a second to go with, 36 months on the Semtech.
Cut us down $60.
Roll call.
You wanna wait on Alan?
And get everybody back in,
Chris,
Yes.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Todd.
He is, though, when he comes back. Debbie Massey.
Yes. So, like you said, my name is Debbie Massey. I live in 405 Glen Street. I have an autistic little boy. They drive crazy down that road. My son almost got hit on Sunday. A couple Sundays back, I came in and talked to them about it. Could we get a sign saying that and see, I have children on both sides of my house too. There's 3 kids on this side, and I think about 5 of them, at least 5 kids get on the bus on the other side of me. Could we get a slow sign, kids playing or something? I know that in some states they have autistic signs, but I don't know if Arkansas does. Could we at least get a slow down, there's children playing sign?
You're at 405.
I don't know.
Dwight Street.
Dwayne.
No, there's no reason why we should.
We need another one of them too down there on the end of Baker Road too, by the way.
I say put it up.
Huh?
I say put it up.
There's kids all throughout the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
there's kids all over.
4 or 5 signs, put them all up on Deerwood, Wayne, all that.
No
reason.
30 miles an hour anyway.
Exactly.
You know.
There's one truck, I will mention there is one truck that does not care. I
Oh,
actually
I-
yelled and screamed at them, they laughed at me.
You need to come out there and sit in my house. They come over that
I don't
hill,
have a
60
problem
miles
with
an
that.
hour.
I don't have not one problem.
You've seen that.
Y'all put a motion?
I make a motion that we put a sign up, yeah.
Motion second, roll call.
Why don't we order 2 or 3 of them things, man? Yes.
Yes.
Chris, Jimmy.
Yes.
Johnny.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Brooke Smith. You can sit.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, may I have permission to distribute a small amount of information?
Yeah, one of us need to get it passed up there.
Get your.
I want that to go
We
to the
skip
mayor
those.
there, and then here's a copy. Those are copies for each
Okay.
council.
We vote on that.
I thought this was for me.
He said this is for you.
Okay.
And then there's a copy for, a 3-page copy for each council. Okay, in many Arkansas cities, it is illegal to park a vehicle on the grass in your front yard or your side yard. While some areas might allow parking on an improved surface like concrete or gravel, parking directly on the grass is generally prohibited. Many cities have ordinances prohibiting parking on the grass in the front yard, particularly when the residents in the street and the street right of way. Cities may allow parking on improved surfaces like concrete or gravel in front or side yards, but the vehicle must be screened from public view. This approach is used by Fort Smith, Arkansas. Some ordinances may have exceptions for special events or for short periods during family gatherings. Enforcement of these ordinances can vary. Some cities may issue warnings before fines, while others may have a stricter approach. While there's no specific state law banning parking on grass, local ordinances regulate this practice. Large shipping containers in a neighboring yard can negatively impact your property value. Real estate agents consistently report that clutter, especially large items like shipping containers, can decrease property values, with some estimating a decrease of 5 to 50% or more. Shipping containers integrated into the landscape can be visually unappealing and detract from the overall aesthetic of the neighborhood. The presence of large industrial-looking containers can create a perception of a lower quality neighborhood, making potential buyers hesitant to invest. A cluttered yard with shipping containers reduces the curb appeal of the entire street, impacting the overall desirability of the neighborhood. Homes located near properties with clutter are often perceived as less desirable, potentially leading to longer listing times and lower offers. A significant percentage of real estate agents believe that clutter in neighboring yards has a negative impact on property values, with some estimating significant decreases.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is Lakeshore, Gilmore. House.
That property is, that property is right next to my property line.
Right there, yeah,
And-
Gilmore and North Third.
And I came in about 3 years ago, I think Mayor Smith, BJ Smith was mayor about 3 years ago, and I came in and talked to BJ about it. He says, oh, you don't worry about that. We got her in court, and she's the judge, she ignored the judge, so the judge told her 30 days. Okay, that she has 30 days. So I called Murfreesboro to check the record, I called Brenda, so nobody's had anything on it. So then I called BJ one day, I said, okay, BJ, I said, what's, you said, you told me 30 days that she had to clean up in 30 days. He said, oh, well, we were just discussing that. It was, just something, we had a special thing on the side where we were talking about cleaning it up, but it never did go anywhere. Well, that's not what he told me when I was in his office. You know, he told me that the city was taking action. But I mean, I just feel like, one or two vehicles on the grass, I mean, that's no big deal. I mean, this lady's got like 8 or 10, 12 vehicles in the grass. And now she's brought in this huge shipping container. And she tells me she's gonna put another big shipping container right against my property line. And this lady, I've been told that this lady has multiple properties in Glenwood, and that all of them are rat's nest.
Where's this located?
323 Lakeshore.
That shipping container, is it on Lake Shore or is it on the other? It's on Gilman.
It's on Gilman, next to my property line.
You're in what used to be the Eggleston house.
Sorry.
Down there on Gilman. You're in what used to be.
Eggleston.
It's great.
Billy Eggleston.
Yeah, Billy Eggleston.
Yeah,
I don't know where I'm at now.
I'm not trying to say one way or the other, I'm just gonna offer a thought,
Yeah.
if y'all want one. Okay, I was in DC, which has nothing to do with here, except I got to noticing in the evening, every evening, they would hook onto their trailers and pull them forward about an inch and unhook from their trailers. So I asked enforcement or law enforcement or whoever it was, if somebody that knew what's going on, I said, what's the deal with these trailers or whatever? And it was, they were considered temporary, but they couldn't remain over a certain length of time. Well, as I understand it by Arkansas law, and I got a copy of the regulations laid on our zoning stuff, laid on my desk, which is, available to anybody down there, but, them shipping containers fall under temporary establishment. So hypothetically speaking, if you did get somebody pinned down on a shipping container and they were to go out there and move it a little tiny bit or a vehicle, then they're gonna have to start the process all over again. Some people's got 2 or 3, 4, 5 kids they got that are driving age. So then you start, well, is it 1 or 2 cars, 3 or 4 cars? I feel the guy's pain. I went and looked at the thing the other day. I totally, what does the homeowner say? They,
Well, you know, her husband passed away, so it's only her.
okay.
Uh,
Is she not she won't work with you in any way or anything? As far as just,
You know,
I didn't know
well,
if you'd actually.
you know, I don't even wanna approach her
I got
because,
you.
you know, Betty over at H&R Block.
Yes, sir.
So Betty comes over one time and she says, your neighbor says you need to quit chopping down her trees. And I said, well, Betty, what are you talking about? I said, I'm not chopping down her trees. She said, well, I told her you're not chopping down her trees. In fact, I mowed her vacant lot for 11 years and never got a dime off of it. I spent a lot of my money and equipment and gasoline mowing her vacant lot and weed eating her vacant lot. And, you know, and she comes over there, instead of telling me she appreciates me maintaining her lot, she comes over there and tells me that, she's planning, that I need to stay off her property because she's gonna put a shipping container right there. I said, okay. So I don't wanna speak to her. I want action. I want an ordinance. I mean, because I think this is a great town, but I mean, what's to keep, you know, I've lived in several places, and none of the places that I lived in let you park your vehicles in the yard. And, you know, I understand this is a different town, you know, I've been here 11 years, I know it's a different town. I mean, it's different, way of life, but there could be like, you know, there could be some reasonable expectation of, you know, 2 vehicles in the yard, but I mean, 12 vehicles in the yard. You think anybody, I mean, does that, let me ask the council, do y'all feel like that hurts my property value? You know?
Yes.
Have you got, in the zoning stuff, is there anything?
Don't we have an ordinance on that?
And as far as moving that shipping container, I doubt she can't even clean up nothing. I doubt she's gonna take that shipping container off all the blocking, all the blocks, the center blocks to get it level, and move it a few inches, and then jack it back up and put all the blocks in.
I wasn't saying that she was, I wasn't insinuating that at all. What I was saying was that they're considered a temporary, they're not considered a permanent thing. You know, you go down to Hot Springs, that's how come United Rentals and all these different places can go right downtown LA and drop a pod. Pods
Yeah.
are similar.
Well, with-
So it becomes an enforcement issue.
With her, it's permanent, because she's a
Right, I
hoarder.
get what you're saying.
She's a major hoarder. She is an extreme hoarder. I hear that she's got crap piled up, not only on this property, but all of her other properties in Glenwood.
I'm pretty sure we've already got an ordinance.
We have an ordinance.
Already.
Don't we, Greg?
Listen,
What's
She
clean?
has been
if you gotta open the can of worms,
She
open
lived
it,
at the other
because you got several places around
Her
here.
husband had 3 tickets,
Just saying.
and
So we've already issued tickets?
on the other property, not on this one.
You got one? We got one?
I just, if you're gonna open the can of worms, open it,
Yes.
because this is not the only spot you got, okay? You might as well go down Third Street and hit the, I mean,
Well,
you got
property-
some people that started here in the house, then moved in a mobile home, then moved in an RV, then bought the house next to it, then bought the house next to that. I mean,
This particular problem, I think, started at Third Street. She still has that property down
Yes,
there.
it is.
Oh, I've seen that
She's
one
bought a
down
third
If we have an
one.
ordinance, let's enforce it.
He put up fences.
Third Street's got fences.
He put up fences all around them, her husband did, after he paid 3 tickets.
He's got a fence down there right against the sidewalk, so you can't see his house.
Seems to me like what would be a really nice way to approach it. How long has she lost her?
Alan,
Huh?
one of the things, she's never applied for a permit for this stuff.
Right. Something temporary, she don't have to, so.
Well, there's a permanent thing she just built this weekend there, she didn't apply for the permit, and it's not legal.
Right, and I get what you're saying, but I will say this, okay, whenever, the day that, I'm not talking about on a little Target thing here and there where it's just gotten untenable, you know, which sounds like where he's at, on this situation, but that whenever you're, police, whenever someone sees the police rolling down their neighborhood, and they start seeing them as an adversary instead of as a friend, then it starts getting to where, are they code enforcement or law enforcement? And I understand that they're both one and the same in some areas, but the definitions between officers may be different, like, okay, they just parked it there for a few days. What's a few days? Well, somebody, you know, probably to Abraham, a few days was 300 years. But to me, it would be, you know, different than that. So, you start getting into a bunch of technicalities and stuff, and so we've been trying to wing it as best we could on the zoning, just like Chris said. I think what would be a really nice approach here would be if the lady lost her husband, which I understand it's going on before that, but what would be a really nice approach would be maybe have, if someone wanted to, is visit with her and ask her if it could just be something that could be resolved peacefully, without humiliating her or.
This woman, I have no doubt this woman will go to her grave with a huge rat's nest
Yeah.
and fire hazard.
I had someone call me
And
here a while
fire
back.
hazard. She doesn't have, the resources it would take to clean that place up.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I had somebody call here a while back, raise their hand and chew my butt out, cause I'm on the zoning thing, but they, chewed my butt out because there was a garden on Main Street.
Oh,
And I said,
it's a beautiful garden too.
beautiful garden, okay, well, in cities like Los Angeles or whatever, that's the cool thing, the echo thing, the green thing, there's laws protecting that, and then down here, it's different.
That's apples and oranges, I mean.
No, no, what I'm getting at is, if it's a beautiful garden, everybody's happy with it, but if it's not well maintained, they're not happy with it. So then it becomes unsightly weeds.
And earlier you said you didn't want law enforcement to be viewed as the.
No, I'm saying if we need code
negatively,
enforcement.
But it's those citizens and residents that are breaking the law that are gonna view the cops as demons anyway.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is it might could be handled real quietly and nicely. If Greg was willing to go by there and visit with the lady, and, maybe she might work with us.
Can anybody quote what the ordinance is now?
He's doing it right
That's,
now.
yeah, that's what, because, okay, what's the difference, if it doesn't have wheels on it, what if she says that's my storage building? Cause, you know,
Different than Wayne Davis building.
you gotta be careful there, you need to follow the law, but what is the law and what is?
What you wind up with in the end is you wind up with cops becoming attorneys, and then you wind up with a bunch of mad people saying, well, that's fine with me, I'll just move outside the city limits, but you can draw a string in about a 1 mile or 2 mile radius, go outside the city limits.
There's a lot of legal precedents against shipping containers in municipalities, in cities.
I'm not arguing that one bit, but I'm not an
I
attorney.
didn't know that, did you?
We're just doing the best we can on the zoning, and I'm not against what you're saying or for it necessarily.
Yeah, he's gonna look at the ordinance.
I just don't want to create a hardship or a problem on her any more than we need to. If it's something we could just visit with her, and she might say, you know what, you do have a point, I think I will work on that for you. I'm just saying, it's just a thought. You said you hadn't talked to her in 11 years.
No, I talked to her a couple of months ago when she came over and told me she was gonna put a shipping container next to my property line.
Yeah.
And she came over and knocked on my door, and she said that she needed me to move my burn barrel, which was 6 inches onto her property line. She needed me to move my burn barrel because she was gonna set a large shipping container right there where my burn barrel is. Now, the burn barrel was used to clear her lot and keep her stuff clean.
And it's a problem when the neighborhoods, everybody lives real close to each other, too.
I just think there should be a city ordinance against shipping containers.
There probably is.
And there should be a law against fire hazards, making your home a fire.
Hey, Jimmy, what we're gonna have to do whenever we,
Well, yeah, they're just gonna have to write this up and let the court handle it, 'cause it's right here.
Well, if there's a law,
I'm not
there's an
disputing that,
ordinance.
but there's other reliefs for that in its totality. Is all I'm saying is it turns someone into like almost an attorney trying to figure out, is this good, is this good, it's been here this time, it's done this. What I think that I've seen other cities that you're referring to generally go to, Hot Springs, they used to have properties over in Hot Springs. And, not very many, but a few, but in Hot Springs, they have a division, which is code enforcement. Okay, the city of Glenwood don't have the money at this time, unless there's a grant that comes available, to have actual code enforcement where someone is used to defining the issues of what's temporary, what's permanent, what's allowed, what's not allowed, how long is too long. For instance, say you're building a $500,000 house, that ain't much now, but $1 million house, and you, obviously, it would make sense to park some container boxes there for your people to keep their tools in, but just say you run into trouble and it was 6 months building or 7 months building, at what point does it become unsightly? I'm just.
Was it mentioned earlier that she had fines or warnings against her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went and looked at the property, I know exactly what you're
And
talking about.
so what's the status on those fines and warnings? Were they paid? Was there action taken?
Sir, you seem like a nice guy, I'm not for your
Oh,
issue, I'm just making a
I'm-
point.
Please, I'm very passionate about the subject, I'm tired and I'm
Yeah, you
hungry.
can drive all over Glenwood and find a lot of those unsightly.
I'm very passionate about it because, she scorned me when, and I know, when she came over and told me I need to move that burn barrel. It's the principle of the thing that I mowed her yard for 11 years and weed eated her ditch help the city out too, because not only did I weed eat her ditch, I weed eat my ditch, and the city didn't have to drop the equipment down the ditch.
And then here, it says, the damaged or disabled vehicle is any vehicle which is not licensed or improperly licensed for the state of Arkansas. So if all those vehicles are not licensed, there it is.
That's another, thank you.
It's right
I
here.
even forgot about that.
I'm not disputing.
No,
that.
I'm just saying,
guarantee
we
you
have to
that
take
out of
one.
those 12
Yeah, I
or
get it.
14 vehicles, whatever the count is, I guarantee you half of them won't leave.
You will see.
Hey, I can
You
take
will
that
see it.
zoning regulation, I mean, the way that I would think that we've tried to enforce it has not been like in picking and choosing winners or losers necessarily. It's been to try to improve Glenwood and leave it better than what it was when we found it, as far as from a zoning perspective. But you start running into so many different technicalities on, I took the zoning, I'll just be straight up with you, I took the zoning thing one night, no, not one night, many evenings, and I drove around, and anything over 6 inches is considered unsightly weeds. There's a matter of how far does the city own, how far do they own, does the homeowner own? You know, can they get on this property or can they not? There's so many technicalities in there that the general spirit of the zoning is to not have situations like you've obviously got. And I just, seems to me like that, you want me to go by there and talk to the lady? I'll be glad to.
Well, here, Alan, it says that the owners of any of these properties, you can go by and visit them, give them 20-day notice by an authorized city official, which will be an officer. If they don't comply, then they can be issued a citation.
I'm not disputing that, but you can write a citation for anybody
Well,
in this
then
town.
it goes into steps. If you don't, then you go to court.
Right,
So
I get it.
let's start with the steps.
I just feel like this, I agreed, I feel like this is a matter for enforcement and the law and the Glenwood Police Department, if that's the.
Chris
law.
made a good point. Once you open the can of worms, I mean,
Well, can of worms, all we're doing is buying, all we're doing is enforcing an ordinance that's been set in place to enforce illegal vehicles on her property.
I
And
get what you're
whatever
saying.
else
I get
is
it.
illegal, I haven't had time to read this.
We have a farm.
Yeah, it's good. It's
But
detailed.
I don't think a councilman's,
We have a farm.
it's a councilman's
It's in
area.
so we
I
track
believe
those
it would be the police department's area for a matter of enforcement.
All right, we had quite a bit of discussion, council, what do you want?
He just said it.
It's
You've
right
already
here.
got an ordinance sitting there, you got a
Let's
police
start
department
enforcing
that
it.
we pay.
Yeah.
What do we gotta vote on, board?
Greg, can you talk to him?
Yeah, I go down and talk to them. I mean, I got to go, this first time I looked at this, I mean, that you've got properties around the city that you've had this issue evidently before with, and they come and threw up fences, and the fences ended the problem, but you didn't end the problem. You still got all the mess inside the fence, and all the stagnant water, and the mosquitoes, and all the other stuff that goes along with this ordinance. Or the vehicles, and
So then we let the court handle it.
Yeah, it's
Because it
good.
says right there that we'll talk to them, if not, we issue a citation, and we go to court.
evidently, the judges already ruled once that the fence was, ended the problem.
Yeah, but if they do
Up
it
here, they
again.
don't have a fence yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fence just masks the problem.
Well, that's
I mean-
that's what I'm saying.
It's what now?
It just masks the
Fence just
problem.
masks the problem, but
Oh.
You know, you're still gonna drive by and you still can see that, and it's I mean, he called it a rat's nest, well, it's probably attracting rodents
I
and
didn't
everything.
tell you about the part about all the baby rats and
Yeah.
rats and all that, a lot that are cleaned up.
Snakes.
So,
Yeah.
Greg, can you go talk to the lady and bring her back to us at the next council meeting? Is that fair, guys?
I mean, I'd like to just do it the nice way, like Jimmy was saying, with our, we got to have a process in there, and it's at the police's discretion on as far as tickets. Just work through it as nicely as you can. Obviously, she's a widow lady, there's some bad blood there, it seems like, no doubt. Looking at the pictures, I can kinda see why. But maybe it's something that could be resolved very easily, and if you need me to go with you.
But I'm along with Chris, I mean, once we start this,
Yeah,
You know,
it's
start
time.
for all, whether we're going to get into the grass and weeds and garbage and rubbish and.
It's either that or abolish your ordinance, what do you wanna do?
Exactly. We don't need this for a reason.
When it's in there, go enforce it.
You get
There's
back
not,
on-
there's nothing here for the council to do about it. Hey, if there's something wrong with my yard, let me know. I'll fix it.
You know, I'm with you, I mean,
Well, let me tell you a little story. I got 2 tractors, 3 stock trailers, all kinds of stuff in my yard, and some of my grass around it is pretty high. But I've got 5.5 acres of city limits. You know, and I've just bush hogged it, and I sprayed a lot of it. So am I guilty of doing something?
No,
There's-
your yard's well kept.
You know, I mean,
It's a double-edged sword here.
It's a double-edged sword.
Okay, I said it right to begin with when we started this. You're overlooking the
you
county.
know, you've got lots of stuff around.
But we're on 5.5 acres. Some of these people are right next door to each other. It's
Yeah, I'm not
close.
disputing
And
that.
So
when
it's
they-
hard, it's
and when they
hard.
passed
where
the
am I
ordinance
supposed to draw that line?
Guess what?
How much
They
property
came
this
right
person
past my
has, this
house,
person
right
has,
over the
and
hill,
I'm to
and
go
we're
look
gonna
at
write
it.
him a ticket, and he told him, he said, I'm not the city limits.
Well, my suggestion, I would start with the vehicles.
Yeah.
I'm here to let you know there's been a complaint. When we get some of these vehicles cleaned up, because we have a city ordinance that says that disabled vehicle that's not
Not just
licensed, are all these vehicles
Not
licensed?
just vehicles.
Talk to them, they don't do anything in 20 days, you write a citation, go to court, they'll handle that. Start, steps. You don't just hit them, I don't say hit them with, oh man, your grass is 4 inches tall here. Get the vehicles cleaned up and see where it goes from there. That's just a suggestion.
Okay, Greg, do you want to talk to him before next council meeting and bring it back on that one? All right, Mary,
That's me.
Paws, and Glenwood.
So I'm here for 2 reasons, but they're both regarding the same woman, and her name is Lacey Guyton. And she's also known as Glenwood Soupy Soup on Facebook pages. And for years, this community has dealt with her constant malicious posts and harmful behavior online. But this is no longer just an issue of social media. The top reason that I'm here tonight, that I called in a month ago to ask when you guys held these meetings so I could come about it, is that recently while driving at speeds of over 50 miles per hour, she reportedly removed the key from the ignition of her moving vehicle. This reckless act forced her daughter to get out and walk from Piercy to Glenwood, while a 6-year-old child still remained in the back seat. I just recently, I bought a home out here 3.5 years ago, but I continued working in California rescuing sex abused and sex trafficked children and teenagers, young adults, and have been a foster parent out there for 10 years and 25 years working with the county with families with mental health services. So I have a heart for this kind of stuff. And her doing this was a clear act of child endangerment. The incident was reported to the authorities, yet no action has been taken that I know of yet. That leaves children at immediate risk. I am not here to spread anger or hostility. I'm here to ask for you all being sure that there's some kind of accountability and for protection and for action to be sure that nothing happens in the future to these children that were in her care and placed in harm's way like this. So now,
You realize the lady just had 15 holes on the trailer. Daughter was shot through both shoulders. Things may be a little on the edge around her.
yeah, I get all that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go on. A lot of people in the community are getting very angry with this woman. And, it's a serious matter what she's doing to members in this community. One individual has repeatedly engaged in harmful and unlawful behavior that should not be dismissed as free speech. I personally called and spoke to the prosecutor and the prosecutor's assistant. I think the prosecutor's name was Dustin. I didn't bring that piece of paper. And I was,
Dustin Bissell.
okay, I was told that they don't really know what to do with her, that their hands are more or less tied. So it makes me feel bad for the community of the people that she's targeting. So, defamation and false accusations. She has publicly accused innocent citizens here and government officials, including police officers, of crimes without evidence. Making false, damaging statements is legally considered defamation of character and is slander. It's not protected by the First Amendment. She's harassing and cyberbullying people. She operates online pages dedicated to spreading malicious statements. And I know that because she's never laid eyes on me. I've got no idea what she looks like. And she's posted a picture of my son's truck that we just bought 3 months ago, posted on there saying ridiculous stuff. She doesn't even know us. Targeting individuals and attempting to intimidate residents. This is not free speech, it's cyberbullying and harassment. Doxing and privacy violations. She has published personal information such as home addresses and license plates. I loaned the director of Paws of Glenwood my car. Actually, we traded because her car needed a new transmission out in Louisiana. So I loaned her my car to use. Someone in her neighborhood has a Chrysler 300 like mine, but not with the California license plate. Mine had California plate then.
You hadn't yanked it?
Huh?
You lived here 3 years, you hadn't got the.
No, I bought a home here 3 years ago. I just recently came out at Christmas and decided to go ahead and live here. Anyway, yeah, posted my car with the California plate saying that somebody's in the neighborhood, there's husband was over at April's home because she thought that was their car. And it was my car that I had loaned her for 2 or 3 weeks for transportation, while her transmission was being replaced. Okay, this is not free speech, it's cyberbullying and harassment, doxing. So she's publishing personal information, addresses, license plates, etc. Sharing this type of private information places families at risk and is illegal under state and federal harassment laws. I looked this stuff up. False reports and intimidation. She has filed false police reports, which is a felony offense, and has made threats including against children in the community. Such actions endanger public safety. Abuse of public officials. She has slandered law enforcement and town officials while simultaneously seeking their protection from the very antagonism she initiates. This behavior is disruptive, malicious, and destabilizing to her town. I don't know her, I don't follow her, she doesn't know me, but I did read a post where she said that the Glenwood Police Department doesn't do anything because they're afraid of her and don't know how to handle her. Potential domestic terrorism elements by using online platforms to coerce and manipulate the public through fear and intimidation. Her conduct aligns with the legal definitions of domestic terrorism. Okay, why this stuff matters. Cyberstalking and harassment are crimes in Arkansas, where Dustin's assistant said that he wasn't sure about all of that. They are not shielded by freedom of speech. Federal law, including Title 18 and the Violence Against Women Act, also recognizes the danger of online harassment. Sentences can range from fines to prison time depending on the severity. And that's what I was told, that they don't know what to do with her. They just don't know what to do, so there it is. Fines to prison time. Maybe she started being fined for this stuff, like the woman that you all just talked about. Maybe she'd stop it.
Maybe in California.
That's what it sounds like, that everybody's afraid to deal with this woman.
Ma'am, let me I understand what you're saying, and I'm not so sure everybody in this room does agree with you, but the city of police has wrote tickets, on several occasions, different things this lady's done. We've had to get special prosecutors, special judges, special lawyers, because everybody, is against her or something, but anyway, they've had court on her, and we have been told there's nothing they can do. So there's,
Billy, remember the name's already been mentioned, we might wanna just
yeah, we need to,
make a motion to adjourn.
we need to, we're not disagreeing with you, but
Okay,
there's nothing else we can do.
I
There's
just
nothing
feel
we can
bad
do
for
as
you
a city
guys
council.
and the community.
It's been brought, matter's been brought to us several times, and,
Mayor,
I wish I had a better answer.
this is not gonna break policy. She's talking about the situation that, where Ms. Guyton took the key out while the daughter was driving and so forth, and she got a ride to Circle K. I worked that for the city of Glenwood because I was dispatched to it, but the crime committed, the incident committed was in Montgomery County. Sergeant Willie Bartell is working all that, got all the information, gives it to his prosecutor, and then they decided it has nothing to do with us. It didn't happen in Glenwood. We did our part. To go a little further, and I'm not saying this because he's my boss, I've worked many cases. I have arrested her. I have wrote her tickets. Everything that has been brought to us like that, we have wrote reports, we have copies of it. We've wrote reports, we have a stack like that. The chief has actually given it to the prosecutor. That's how the process works. We did our part, because we get hammered, he gets hammered more social media, because he's not doing his job, and he has, because we're all doing our reports. We give them to him, he looks at it, he approves it, he gives it to the prosecutor, and the prosecutor decides whether he's gonna prosecute or not. It's on them that are not prosecuting. We're doing our part, as far as this woman.
Well, that's why I'm here. I know that you guys are doing your part.
Because I went to the Attorney General at the Chiefs Convention, and I discussed it with them, and I said, this is a
If those
Facebook
went all the way to
issue.
the state, and the state's told her, the attorney general's told her.
I wish there was, I'm not, there's just nothing that this council can do on this matter, which was.
Okay.
It's not.
Well, I just feel bad for everybody involved, you know, that
There's not a person sitting at this desk right here, well, has she jumped you
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've read
yet?
that.
If it hadn't been, he may be the only, what, have you jumped you yet?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, every one of us here has been accused of her, so we.
I don't think I have, I'm the only one. But, but I don't care, so I'm not worried about it.
I don't care.
And if y'all figure that out, do Dan the man page too.
Is there
Yeah,
any,
Dan the man page is equally bad.
is there any other discussion?
I'll make a motion we adjourn.
Have a motion to adjourn,
I will second that motion.
second, roll call.
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Thank you guys for everything y'all do.
We appreciate that.